Good morning. Today I will be presenting an analysis of H.G. Wells' groundbreaking 1895 novella, The Time Machine, and narrating a pivotal scene from the story. To understand this work, we must first look at its background. Published during the late Victorian era, a time of immense industrial optimism, but also a strict social stratification. The story reflects the anxieties of a society divided by extreme class inequality. Wells himself studied under the Thomas Henry Huxley, a fierce defender of Darwinian evolution. Wells' background in biology and his social political views directly shaped the novel, allowing him to project the ultimate terrifying endpoints of Victorian capitalism and evolution into the distant future. The novella is rich with symbolism, motifs, and themes. Among the key symbolisms, the time machine itself represents human technological hubris. The white phoenix symbolizes the unknowable riddles of time and fate, and the dying rat sun at the end of the book symbolizes the inevitable entropy and death of the universe. Regarding its motives, the story constantly plays with the contrast between the light and the darkness, representing surface ignorance versus the subterranean modes. It also explores the motive of evolution and degeneration, challenging the idea that progress is always positive, and highlights the illusion of control, showing that humanity cannot master time or nature. Finally, the central themes include the dangers of a class divide, warning that separating the rich and the poor will lead to monstrous divergence. It explores the limits of human knowledge, providing that science cannot solve all mysteries, and the inevitability of entropy, reminding us that all things eventually decay. Now, I will narrate a highly relevant scene from the chapter 5 and 6, where the time traveler first discovers the terrifying truth about the future of humanity. The sun was setting, casting long, airy shadows across the overgrown ruins of the future world. I had spent days trying to understand the beautiful, childlike Loy, who lived in a state of effortless comfort. But their natural fear of the dark and the moon wanted me at my mind. Suddenly, the ground beneath my feet trembled. I looked down and I saw a dark, circular blur covered by a crumbling hut. As I peered into the darkness, a pale, ape-like creature with large, grayish-red eyes stared back at me. It was a Morlock. My heart pounded against my ribs. The truth crashed over me like a cold wave. The Eloi were not the masters of this world. They were cattle. The Morlocks, the subterranean descendants of the working class, had not been eradicated by time. They had evolved in the dark, maintaining the machinery of the world above, only to feed upon the beautiful, helpless Loy in the night. My time machine was hidden inside the bronze pedestal of the white sphinx, guarded by these very monsters. I was trapped in the nightmare of my own species making, completely alone, with only the fading light of the sun to protect me from the horrors of the dark. In my personal opinion, this scene perfectly encapsulates the genius of H.G. Wells. He takes the scientific theories of his day and turns them into a visceral, terrifying horror story. What makes the time machine so brilliant is that it doesn't just entertain, it forces us to look at our own society and ask if we were heading towards a similar fate. The time travel's realization that the future is not an utopia, but a regression of our own social flaws, is a powerful reminder that the true progress requires both technological and moral evolution. My name is Katherine, and thank you for your time.